Here we are at IndyCar's answer to Talladega, Texas Motor Speedway. The race in real life that always seems to produce absolutely insane, crazy, unexpected, and sometimes frightening moments is here in Project Cars 2, and we're going to try to do a simulation, a 55-lap race starting in the day, going into the dusk, and going into the night here at Texas Motor Speedway. I'm driving the number 18 for Dale Coyne Racing because Dale always seems to have an open seat at one of his cars, and I figured this one kind of looks similar to the pay-safe number 19, even though the 19 car, in fact, all of the Dale Coyne cars have somehow found their way into this race. So like I said, a 55-lap simulation is going to be very interesting because the tire wear is unbelievable at Texas Motor Speedway. There is a mandatory pit stop, though it would be mandatory one way or the other because the fuel tank only goes 55 laps, and I think the tires won't even last that long. Can we run in traffic is going to be the question. The AI are at 120%, like they were at Indianapolis, though at Indianapolis I felt I had a much more competitive setup than I have here, but who knows? This is why we run the race. We don't exactly know what is going to happen. So without any further ado, let's go racing at the Texas Motor Speedway and see what happens over 55 crazy laps. Alright, so here we are, ready to go at the Texas Motor Speedway on the formation lap. Gonna do a little bit of, not car management, but race strategy. Gonna adjust the strategy. We're gonna run a 30-lap stint to start this thing. We're going to go with tires on the fuel stop and then do 25 laps of fuel to finish it so that we can get to the end of the race. Of course, a 55 lap race here, and we only need 25 laps of fuel there, David. So it's going to be fairly interesting. Changing conditions. I've actually turned the AI down to 100%. I had them at 120. They're a little bit too difficult for me for whatever reason. I guess I don't have as good of a setup here at Texas as I do at Indianapolis, but regardless, we're coming down for the start here. Hopefully it'll be a competitive race. Of course, the sun going down is going to add a very interesting dynamic to this race. It's going to cool the track off, maybe help with tire wear, maybe help with grip. We'll see. As we come down, very slow start here. A little bit worried about wheel spin coming down for the green flag. Castroneves just in front, as well as James Hinchcliffe in that row. And we're underway here at Texas Motor Speedway, making a big move, 3 wide in the center. On the start, Stephen Wilson down to the inside. Whoa! Oh, car almost stepped out on me there. Almost stepped out on me there. Now down the back straightaway, Wilson slow. We're going to dive down to the inside of Steph and get him going into turn number 3. Now on the outside here in turn 3, this is the Tony Kanaan line. Looking down to the inside, Matthew Brabham just out in front in the 61. Oh, had to let off the brakes, or let on the brakes a little bit around outside of Montoya as well. Big understeer in turn 1. There goes Montoya down to the inside, so Montoya slips back underneath. Wilson looking behind. Is he going to be able to get there? No, he's not, so we'll try to fight in behind Montoya. 3 and 4 definitely a lot easier to drive than 1 and 2. For whatever reason, 1 and 2, you get really big understeer through there. Here comes Wilson down to the inside, trying to get underneath. Oh, and he will, because I just pushed up the track a huge amount. And I have to fall in the line behind Wilson for now. Through 3 and 4, much faster for me, hopefully anyway. Now I'm starting to fall off the pace again. We'll keep the car in 4th gear, try to use some torque. Use some torque to get back up there into the fight. Hinchcliffe coming up behind me and whoever's behind him. Down in gear, look at this, slow up here. Wilson slow to the outside, we're going to get him behind him. Go up a gear, go up into 6th. Had to bail out behind him. Look how much the understeer. Look at the aero push. And Brabham goes to the inside. So Brabham makes that place back up. When I drove in behind Brabham, getting some big push and a snap oversteer. Wow, that was a big slide right there from my car. Got to be careful you don't cook the right rear on this car. That's easy to do, and when you do it, the car is absolutely going around. As Hinchcliffe made a move there, the car kind of jerked on me. Not sure if that was physics breaking or my bad setup. Could have been a combination of the two. We head out of turn 4, real big slide in behind Hinchcliffe, trying to just hold on to the back of this pack. And actually got a good drive through turn 1. That's probably my best drive through turn 1 yet. Really not able to catch onto the back of Hinchcliffe. Just pulling away ever so slightly. This car really wants to rotate out of turn 4. Now I'm kind of stuck in the center, got a push through turn 1. Up a gear. Down a gear. It looks like the guys ahead are slowing each other up a little bit, so we're going to get an opportunity here. We got to go for it. As you saw me really drive the car off of turn 4. Somebody drove the Sato line into turn 1 there in the grass in the dog leg. That's never quite advisable. Down the back straightaway, up into 5th. Looks like Hinchcliffe has caught the back of that pack. So hopefully I'll be able to get up there here in just a second. Now as the sun sets, the track is going to cool off. It's going to be easier to drive the car, of course, with the fuel burning off as well. That's going to help. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for here, keeping my fingers crossed. If I can just kind of hang on to the back of this pack once the car starts handling, we'll get up there. But I really like a few of them to slow each other up so I can get another shot at them. Looks like there may have been a bit of a slow up there. It looks like one of them got on the apron, or maybe clipped the apron, and Hinchcliffe had to bail out of it. Down to the 4th gear, kind of working between 4th and 5th. 6th gear is really just an extra gear if we need it. Oh, look at this move on the outside. Hinchcliffe, he got cut off by Brabham there. And I hung it cowboy style around the outside, and look at that. Car again almost bit me off of turn 2. Yeah, it looks like Brabham's struggling for whatever reason, so we may be able to take him as well, or at least get him to pull me back up into the pack just ahead. Oh, really slid the back end. Oh! And just like that, the car steps out on me. Just like that. Okay, yeah, you can see, cooked the rear, the right rear. Okay. Well, that would have been a yellow in real life, but it's not a yellow in Project Cars because there's no yellows in Project Cars. We're only on lap 14. That throws a monkey wrench into things. For sure. Thankfully, the back of the field hasn't caught me up or anything yet. So maybe I might be able to start turning some decent laps. I certainly won't do that hitting the wall. Be able to get back up here into the fray. Boy, I can't believe I didn't damage the car hitting the wall like that. But it's okay, not even the suspension is damaged. You don't get away with that very often. And I just barely got away with it that time. The car really trying to come towards the wall, and the leader is just behind me. I saw him out the back there. So we got to get on it. Got to get on it to stay away from the leader. Stay on the lead lap. See if I can't get a good run to the finish here.
Your pace is steady, but you'll need to push a bit harder to catch the field. Come on, you can do this.
Oh, I caught the apron there, almost lost it. 20 seconds behind the back of the field right now after that spin. At least I'm kind of holding off the the leader right now. So hopefully we'll start seeing the cars ahead of me come into the pits. That's really my only hope right now. The only thing I can kind of hope for to save me. The car steps out just a little bit. Just see the sunset. Beautiful, as usual with Project Cars 2. And yeah, the sun is officially now behind the clouds, and we've had a crash up here. Matthew Brabham at least was involved in that one. You heard the spotter let me know that there was a hazard ahead, so thank you. Appreciate it. Got my back, so there you go. Up a position I go. Hey, hopefully he'll hold the leaders up a little bit so that I'll be able to keep going towards the front here. So that's 2 positions. So that was 2 cars involved in there. There must be another car down here somewhere, but I don't see one. But there was a crash, no doubt about it, that involved Matthew Brabham and somebody else. I guess we'll find out at the end of the race exactly who that was. But yeah, it looks like possibly that lap car may have given me the break I needed.
Go on, hazard coming up.
Possible that car is in the pits. I did see another car in the pits, but that's possibly Brabham coming in to get a new front wing. I don't know, we'll see. There's a car up here. There's a car I'm catching.
Passing up ahead, the back marker.
And into the pits. Now it's Matthew Brabham. So Brabham finally coming off into the pits. We're up to 10th. But we just had a top 10 car today, boys. And I don't need to quite come into the pits just yet. We're on lap 23, so probably at about 7 or 8 laps we'll be coming in. Still only in P10. I guess only in P10. I've gained 3 spots. Never mind.
Go high, hazard coming up.
I don't know where the hazard is. The race engineer is a little more pleased with whatever is going on now versus what it was, where he was pushing me, telling me to go faster. Now we seem to be doing much better. So, race pace is increasing. Car getting light on fuel. Tires wearing. But we're doing okay right now. All things considered, that we were spun out on the backstretch a few laps ago. Now we're solidly up in the top 10 and actually kind of gaining on the car ahead, which is only only 6 seconds up the road. So some cars have fallen off the pace that are just ahead of me. And we're actually gaining a position there because some of the lead lap cars are now in the pits. We just went around Matthew Brabham, who spent an extended stay in the pit lane. Coming up to lap 27, you saw the fuel maybe at 8 liters. Not much left in the tank. The in and out lap as well, coming into the pits and going out, it's going to be very crucial because you can lose 2 laps coming in and out of the pits as we go around our Lord and Savior Buddy Lazier for 9th. So the Lazier Partner Racing is on it with the strategy. Maybe trying to undercut me a little bit, we'll see. Coming around another car up to 8th. They should be full service stops for the AI as well, because of the fact that you can only make it 45 laps on a fuel tank. They should be doing fuel and tires the whole 9 yards. So hopefully our stop for the Dale Coyne Racing team is a little bit shorter than the rest of the field, but we'll see. Car really starting to feel quite good here.
You're about out of the back marker. Keep it clean. Don't take
We
it
go around Charlie Kimball, who is now laps behind me, I would imagine, because of the pit stop sequence. Or maybe he was one of the cars involved in the wreck, and he had some extended repairs. That's also a possibility. Still good on fuel. Going to need a couple more, or going to be taking a couple more laps here. But we don't want to run out. That would be a bad, bad thing.
Go high. Hazard ahead.
Okay, probably 2 more laps. Actually, let's just bring this up. Yeah, okay, 1.2, 1.1.
Last drops of fuel in the tank.
Okay, we'll be coming in this time around. Oh, I better lift off. That was a mistake. I think I should have come in the last time by. So now I got to be really careful. Made a mistake. Well, the in-lap's not going to be very good, because I'm going to have to coast around here to get into the pits without running the car out of fuel, which is a bit silly of me. We go a lap down, I believe, to the pack. But at the very least, we'll be able to get into the pits, be able to make a stop here. Got to get down to 37 miles an hour, which I was able to do. Now we'll just wait here as we come around some of the lap cars. Now I'm out of fuel. No! No! You've got to be kidding me. Oh, the strategy didn't work. Oh, that was so stupid. Well, let's at least bring you the rest of the race. Right now, Will Power leads, but he's coming off into the pit lane. Well, I wasn't expecting to be doing this, but here we are. This is the real life. We're calling a race in Project Cars 2. He's coming in with Elio Castroneves behind him, so the Dale Coyne team strategy did not work out. But this is Penske. How perfect is Penske in the pits as they bring their car in? This is so crazy. Okay, so the rear brake's clearly a light on Will Power's car as they... Wow, that was... I don't know if he got that wheel nut on there. And they're coming down the pit lane. Is he still in the lead? That's going to be the question. No. So the leader is now Stephen Wilson. Where have we seen this story before? Wilson leads the race from Will Power, who's in second. But assuming... I would assume that Wilson is coming into the pit. So Wilson in from the lead, and again, once we've seen this story before, the 2 cars out of the race are Oriol Servia and Connor Daly, or I guess David Land, you could say in this particular instance. So into the pits comes the 25 of Stephen Wilson, and this will be his first and only stop of the day as he comes in, gets the pit stop, and we're waiting on the front tire changer. Very slow there. This is going to be another tight stop in terms of that. Waiting again, very late for Stephen Wilson, but he gets out of the pits. But where is the rest of the field right now? I'm pressing all the buttons because I don't remember exactly what. No, he's still in the lead. Lap number 40, so 15 laps to go here at Texas. And is he going to get past for the lead? Who knows? He's still there. He's still in the lead. Stephen Wilson still leading this race. And of course, his brother won this race in 2012. So that's very interesting. Is he going to be able to hold on and get this victory to second to Will Power, who's in the second place? And now it's kind of changing here between first and second. Let's take a look here at the running order. No, it's Charlie Kimball. Charlie Kimball took the lead on that pit sequence, so now he's the leader on lap number 41. And I would assume that he will be the guy who's looking like he could win it, but then again we've got Stephen Wilson in behind him, so who knows exactly how it's going to go here. We'll sit here and wait. Is it going to be a victory for Charlie Kimball, or is it going to be a victory for Stephen Wilson? These are the guys we probably wouldn't expect to be leading up here, but indeed, here we are. Kimball from Wilson, but Wilson is closing the gap. He's only about half a straightaway behind right now from Charlie Kimball. And what is going to happen here? I saw brake discs glowing on Charlie Kimball's car, so that's fairly interesting. And Wilson is closing the gap down, but is he going to be able to catch Kimball in time? That is the question right now. Let's go on board with with Stephen Wilson if we can. And let's take a look here. Well, that's the gap. He's right in front of him. And you can see several more cars coming off into the pits. Man, I wish I had been able to run my strategy. I think I would have been all right in terms of coming to the end of the race. But we'll just have to wait and see how it all turns out. Obviously, you can see the sun is completely set here at Texas, and lap traffic coming out in front of Stephen Wilson. That is, I believe, Matthew Brabham, and you can see the aero push it's causing on Wilson's car. But there is another car in front of Charlie Kimball, so not sure exactly how this is all going to go. Well, that's not right. There we go, trackside. Kimball leads the show right now. And that is, I believe, Carlos Munoz just in front, who may or may not hold him up, but Wilson is coming. Wilson is coming. Is Stephen Wilson going to be able to catch? Of course, that was his teammate, Matthew Brabham, right there, who was a little bit more kind to Wilson than I think non-teammates would have been in that situation. But is he going to be able to get underneath Carlos Munoz? That's very close, and he does. So Kimball goes up an extra position, or at least a track position in terms of lap traffic. The next car is Alexander Rossi just out in front, and it looks like Kimball's going to easily get around him as well. So how many more laps do we have to go? We're on lap 47, less than 10 laps to go. Less than 10 laps to go here, and we've got Stephen Wilson just out in front. And is he going to be able to get through the traffic as easily as Charlie Kimball was? And it looks like Kimball's getting repassed up in the front by Alexander Rossi. So Rossi fighting his way back onto the lead lap, and that is going to potentially allow Wilson to get the lead. Just like that, Stephen Wilson into the lead here at Texas Motor Speedway. And how many laps do we have to go? Lap 49, 5 or 6 laps to go. And it looks like maybe it's going to be Stephen Wilson's race. Can he get it done here in car number 25 for the KVSH Racing team? Wasn't expecting to be in the booth calling the end of this thing, but hey, this is kind of an interesting change of pace, certainly, as Kimball looks like he's closing in again. Is he going to be able to catch that lap car of Carlos Munoz and get around him once again? Kimball making some awkward moves down the inside, and now he's cleared, it looks like, Carlos Munoz. So we're at 5 laps to go now, and we're going to be getting 4 to go at the line. But Munoz goes back to the inside of Kimball. So unless Munoz is nice to Kimball there, it looks like Wilson is going to win this thing because he just passed Alexander Rossi and now is pretty much uninterrupted at the front in terms of lap cars. We got the 2 lappers there of Munoz and Rossi slowing the pace down for Charlie Kimball. It's going to be a question here. Is he going to be able to make it to the end? We're on lap 52 right now. You just don't know. You just don't know. And let's take a look at the timing and score. Well, that doesn't really help because they're not the real driver names. But anyway, Wilson still out in front, but here comes Rossi, who is not on the same lap. Not on the same lap, so Rossi is trying to pass Wilson on the outside. That's to get back on the lead lap. but it could slow Wilson down enough that Kimball could come and pass him. Now we've got 2 laps remaining. 2 laps remaining. It's lap number 54 out of 55 for Stephen Wilson. He holds off Alexander Rossi right there, and now Kimball coming in behind. Is Rossi going to factor into the end of this one? It looks like he's certainly trying to. Wilson holds him off. White flag this time around for Stephen Wilson. Can he get the job done? Juan Pablo Montoya just out front. Another lap car. White flag at Texas. Is this going to be a dramatic, close finish? Here comes Kimball. Here comes Kimball. He is coming in behind Stephen Wilson. Is he going to have enough, though? He's got to clear the 98 car of Alexander Rossi. He's not been able to do it. Off of turn number 4, it's going to be Stephen Wilson taking the win here at Texas Motor Speedway. What a race that was, even though yours truly didn't actually get to finish it himself. So just as you heard it, Stephen Wilson taking the win over Charlie Kimball and James Hinchcliffe, Elio Castroneves, and Penske 1, 2, 3 there with Montoya and Power. Then we got Sato, who I battled with early on in the race, Munoz, Rossi a lap down, both of these cars laps down. Then you've got the car of Matthew Brabham, our Lord and Savior Buddy Lazier, who was out of the race at lap number 37. I was out of the race at lap 32 with the fuel issue. Not sure what happened to Buddy Lazier there. And then also out of the race was Oriol Servia with a crash on lap number 18. So that was IndyCar at Texas. I hope you've enjoyed this. This was a fairly crazy one. I wish I had been a little bit smarter with the fuel saving or the fuel mileage, the fuel economy, because I could have finished it and probably finished it quite well. But if you did enjoy this video, be sure to hit the like on it. Let me know what you think. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been David Land on YouTube. Subscribe for more Project Cars 2, IndyCar, and motorsport content, and we'll see you in the next video.